Disaster for Boris. Next year see brutal leadership challenge as Tories done with PM's governance. Senior Conservative MP Sir Geoffrey Clifton-Brown, who rebelled on the coronavirus restrictions earlier this week, warned Prime Minister Boris Johnson could face a leadership challenge next year as his recent political failures can't carry on indefinitely. Sir Geoffrey Clifton-Brown warned Boris Johnson that he could face a leadership challenge in 2022 following many self-inflicted scandals and growing dissent among Conservatives. Sir Geoffrey said he ultimately did not want the Prime Minister to fail, but if he does not deliver on his promises and policies after the Christmas recess, then things can't go on. Sir Geoffrey was one of the rebels who voted against Mr Johnson's coronavirus rules earlier this week, as the 1922 committee said MPs could now email letters of no confidence of the Prime Minister over email during the Christmas holidays. Earlier this week, 99 Tory rebels voted against the government's coronavirus restrictions, making it the largest rebellion Mr Johnson has seen during his premiership. The rebel MPs voted against COVID certification for crowded indoor venues, such as stadiums or nightclubs, but the measure was propped up by Labour support. Sir Geoffrey was one of the rebels and said shortly after the result that major change was needed in how Mr Johnson leads the government. Appearing on GB News to discuss the comments, Mr Geoffrey explained the potential for a Conservative leadership challenge in 2022. He explained, "Yes, well, I think, I've no wish to bring the Prime Minister down and I am in the business of helping him to succeed. But if he wishes to succeed, we've had a very bad month in the Conservative Party with a lot of self-inflicted problems, the sort of wallpaper in 10 Downing Street, the Owen Paterson affair, parties at 10 Downing Street, these are self-inflicted problems. We need to go away for Christmas, come back refreshed. The Prime Minister needs to clear up all these self-inflicted wounds and then start delivering to this country on the major policies. If you can start delivering on those really difficult subjects, and not getting involved in the sort of own goals that we've had, then I'm sure he will go on to succeed and we'll all be delighted to have him as our Prime Minister. But if we go off having a sort of torrid time that we've had for the last month, then I don't think that can carry on indefinitely." Sir Geoffrey explained Mr Johnson needed to change the advisers around him at number 10 and said many were not thinking strategically. He believed many were from his days as London Mayor and urged him to ignore them and instead lead the country properly. Sir Geoffrey revealed the main reason why he rebelled against Mr Johnson on Tuesday was because of the way he handles things in the party. He and the chair of the COVID recovery group, Mark Harper, agreed that the Prime Minister tries to avoid proper scrutiny by not putting things forward in the Commons to debate. Mr Harper explained on BBC Radio 4 earlier this week that Mr Johnson should not have presented a threatening public address on Sunday to scare the public but instead present his policies on the pandemic to MPs. There, politicians would be able to debate through the proper channels and get their arguments heard rather than pushing through a late-minute vote. Rumours are circulating about the number of letters Tory MPs have sent demanding a vote of no confidence. Boris Johnson is relying on the Christmas break to calm down angry Conservative MPs and convince them not to launch a formal challenge to his leadership. Rumours are rife in Westminster that Sir Graham Brady, the chair of the 1922 committee of Tory backbenchers who would oversee any vote of no confidence in Mr Johnson, has been receiving an increasing number of letters demanding a contest. News that Sir Graham would accept submissions sent via email, meaning that MPs can still add their voice over the Christmas recess when they are away from Westminster, has sparked a fresh flurry of excitement.